How can you tell when the relationship between a trainer and their partner has begun to sour? When they start referring to each other as the old Pokeball and chain. Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday, my friends. I hope you are well. Hope that you're ready for a lot of Pokemon tonight and hopefully a lot of progress as we move through it. Let me welcome everyone in. Cows are important first in chat tonight. Pleasure to have you with us, my friend. And I see, yeah, the stream bot. Um, so I didn't do anything. I don't know why there was a dollar sign in one of the automatic messages, but it went away. But did you notice there's now an asterisk in the cows command? And I don't know what to do. I don't know where these extra characters are coming from. I just while the starting soon screen was up and the music was playing, I opened up the Cloudbot and looked at the timers and commands, and none of these strange characters are in any of the things that they're appearing in. So the bot's going rogue. Lucent Jelly, happy to have you in the chat as well. By the way, Jelly has a new video that just went live a couple hours ago. If you haven't checked that out, we would really appreciate if you would give it a view and maybe like the video and comment on it so that it encourages Jelly to continue making more of them, because it's one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. And so I really want her to feel encouraged to make lots of these videos because I enjoy them. The ghost is up to some shenanigans. And Pookie Stan, welcome in. Did I say that? I got confused. I think I hadn't gotten to you yet, but I'm very happy to have you here with us, Pookie. And that picture you posted with the dog and the deer in the Discord, just it made me laugh. It made me laugh more than I understand. The bots are becoming sentient. So here comes the Skynet takeover. Oh no. All right, so let's get back into our game. We'll get off this silent title screen. So we did really well last night. I think we ranked up 2-star ranks. We're at rank 7 now. And I think 7 is the maximum that the game expects you to go to in a casual playthrough. It's just my guess, but I think that's the case because at level 7 we are now able to have Pokemon of any level obey our commands. And it's really that detail that I think indicates that 7 is what they really expected from a casual playthrough. We'll probably rank a little higher than that. I don't know that we'll necessarily go all the way to 10 stars. I don't know that that's going to be vital to our project, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to play this for a good long time tonight. And I'm kind of expecting we may make a lot of progress. This new area that we've come to, we're on the mountain now. I have to say the mountain, like, normally I'd really be looking forward to the mountain, but so far I'm pretty underwhelmed. There have been very, very few new Pokemon in this area. They've almost entirely been repeats. I don't know if we've caught one of these guys before, so we definitely want to do that. So I've been kind of blazing through this mountain area, and unless we come to a new section of it that's filled with Pokemon we've never seen before, we might get through this part of the story really, really fast. Basically, these Bronzors, and I think one of their relatives are the kind of the only things that we've come across. Well, I guess, and that bug that we just captured was new as well. I should... Ooh, what's this? Dire shroom. I filled up my shelves a little bit. Scoot out of the way some so that you can take a look. I was actually surprised. I was actually surprised at how few shelves my Genesis games take up. They had looked like a lot more on the other shelves. I also think I'm mistaken. When we've been talking about the Echo games, I thought that I had Echo... I thought I had Echo Junior, but now I'm thinking maybe I don't have that one, so... That might be off the table for our future Echo adventures. And I still haven't got my NES games on there, so those shelves are looking rather bare. And I've got all kinds of plushies. The plushies at the top are not going to be there. Well, I don't plan for them to be there for a super long time, because that's where I plan to hang the Frowntown sign. And it's probably not good to have them, you know, right next to a warm neon light. But they can stay up there for now. I don't know how long it's going to take before I can get that sign installed up there. So many plushy friends. Jelly and I enjoy our plushies. So we've got quite a few. I've got a bunch more that I just didn't have room for too. Well, a bunch more might be misleading, but I've got a couple more handfuls. But they're mostly I think they're mostly duplicates or duplicate characters. Maybe not necessarily the same the same printing of a plushie. I don't know what you call them. Hey, Jelly is resubbed. We're at almost a year, Jelly. 11 months. Thank you for that. I'm always so surprised when it's time to resubscribe. The munchers zip by. That they do. That they do. Yeah, so see over here, like we've got Psyduck, Carnivine. There were a bunch of those Luxray and Shinx and Paris in the other area. So it's really like really heavy with repeat Pokemon over here. So I just don't know how what level's this big guy? Probably like 60. 52. Uh-oh. These big angry Pokemon, they just remain terrifying. I've spent basically our whole playthrough completely avoiding them. Time flies when you're having fun. We have some good times, don't we? I also have some agonizing and frustrating times, but they're still good in their own way. Their own way is usually in hindsight. Those brutally difficult games that I suffer through, those are always a lot more fun when they're in the past. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to grind a ton of repeat battles, but, I mean, at the same time, it builds experience, so... Even though it's not as exciting as finding something new and amazing, there are benefits. Oh! Okay, we should catch one more Carnivine. We can probably catch this one that's over here if we are really lucky. Don't mind me just sneaking past. No! He minded. I think they'll forget about me now. Yeah. It's okay. I just didn't... I'm okay with fighting. I just didn't want to have to deal with them both at the same time. Oh no, I was too strong. This might not work, but I'm going to try it anyway. That guy, Black Fox. Welcome to the stream, Black Fox. Gotta catch them all. I'm gonna settle for almost all. Gotta catch them most. I think I have caught one of every Pokemon we've come across so far. Except for Abra. Abra got completely away from me without being captured. Gotta catch quite a few of them, yeah. So, that's the way to make progress. We'll head over there in just a moment. Let's, let me see. Defeat with ground type moves. Okay, we haven't defeated a lot of these. So I don't have any ground type Pokemon on me, so we won't be able to do that at the moment. But we'll do a couple battles here just to get a little more accomplished. One more. Okay. Fighting type moves. Uh-oh. I see that wisp up there. Not really sure how to get up there, though. I think the next Pokemon that we make friends with is going to help us with that. No effect. Super effective. Ooh, it started to snow. Now that I like. Yes. I want to get that iron. I need to farm for lots of iron. Let's make our way back toward the camp, and then we'll go over to that waypoint marker. I'll just, have a few battles along the way. I suspect that story progress is going to come pretty easily, though, overall tonight, because we seem to be coming across fewer and fewer new Pokemon, so there's not as much sort of grinding to do. And also, we seem to be a bit over-leveled. And we have a face cam inversion redemption. So we're going to be upside down for a little while. All my all my plushies are gonna fall off the shelf. Alright, a couple other things. Thank you, Pookie and Black Fox. Stretch break time. These Pokemon are ruining my stretch break. Stop targeting me. Look at that, my character is doing the same stretch as me. Alright, and some pistachios. That one's not open. I can't eat that one. I came across something kind of cool that I don't know if I've showed off on stream. I'll share it with you in just a moment. Just a little novelty thing. Upside down, too. Great timing. I came across these at a yard sale. I don't know, it's been a while. But they are Pokemon keychains. And they're pretty cool. I've got a little Meowth. And an Abra. And one more. A very dark blue Squirtle. And it's particularly this coloring on the Squirtle that makes me think these things are pretty old. Like they're probably fairly early merchandise. Because I don't think they would have gotten the color of Squirtle so far off the typical shade of blue if they'd come out, you know, sort of later on in the Pokemon life cycle. But yeah, I thought they were pretty cool. They got this weird spongy feel. The only thing about them that's kind of weird to me is they're double-sided. The front and the back, they have no back. They have two fronts. And I find that to be odd. I get why they would print them like that. But it's a little strange. But I thought they were kind of cool. A nice little yard sale find. Dark Squirtle is always watching. All right. So we're gonna head to the waypoint. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. This guy is interesting. All right. Before we talk to him, let's take just a little look around. Oh, never mind. Never mind, he grabbed me. We have arrived at our destination. Was that it? Oh, I have to go over and talk to him, I guess. Let me see what happens if I try to go this way. Well, let me go this way. Well, that's fine. Let's get that all-important iron. See some bronze ore over there. Ooh. So, we've seen this bell. We haven't fought the big angry version of it, of course. I'm not really sure what's good to... Oh, nope. That capture worked. Not really sure what to use against Bronzor. I don't know what he's weak to. We've got him kind of super out-leveled here, though, so... No, I don't want to capture this one. That worked pretty well. I need to remember to do the agile moves with Sylveon for a while because we get research points for it. I mean, not every time, of course, but toward the end of our last session, I used apparently I used an agile move with Sylveon for the first time. Even after all this time, and it gave me the 1 out of 1 for the research points, so I was like, oh, I need to do that a bunch more. We'll see how well I remember. This place over here is great. Look at that. We got so much iron. I'll be coming back. Okay, let's take out another like couple bronze ore. And then we'll go talk to that guy. It didn't spawn another couple of them. Alright, well, we get the 4 out of 4. You would never expect to be able to climb such sheer cliffs as these, yes? But with Sneasler as an ally, it becomes the work of a moment. She is so at home on a cliff face, one might think she knew some secret, some hidden move. What am I saying? Hidden moves? There are no such things in Hisui, surely. Yet I feel as though I was on the cusp of remembering something just now. Just who was I before I came to Hisui? If you fell from the sky, you come from another world altogether, most likely. Perhaps a Pokémon battle with you would jog this memory loose. Would you honor me with a battle frown? Sounds good to me. All aboard then. Machoke, prepare for departure. I don't know what to make of this guy. He's kind of interesting, but at the same time, I'm not sure I can trust him. He said something somewhat suspicious when he was recovering our memory before. That makes me think he may have been a villain in the past life. Ouch. I don't know if this is a ghost or a bat or an insect. Finish him off. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Our type advantage is gone. Wanted to make sure everyone was revived so they could all share in the experience point. Bravo, excellent. Yeah. Your talent has brought you to the destination called victory. Now allow me to call Sneasler. I don't think I've ever seen this Pokemon before. Allow me to introduce you, Frown. This keen-clawed Pokemon is Sneasler. Would you be so kind as to play your flute for her to hear? Sneasler opened her heart and learned well the sound of your playing. You receive the Toxic Plate from Sneasler. Stone tablet imbued with the essence of poison. When used on a certain Pokemon, it allows that Pokemon to gain the power of the poison type. I'm afraid this is my final stop. Please proceed up the cliffs with Sneasler's aid and quell the Lord up in the mountains. I will return to Jubilife Village. Please convey my well wishes to Warden Melly. Well then, all aboard. You now call Sneasler to scale and descend sheer cliffs and rock faces. Great. Now we can get all these I have... Oh, I'm in the bag. Are those my eyes? Oh, that's great. Oh, this is phenomenal. Now it's Breath of the Wild. I love it. I've been waiting for this ability. Ooh, snow. Oh no! I should have paid attention to where I was going. I've wandered into trouble. Hey, there was a wisp back here that we should probably go and pick up. I think it was back this way. Yeah. It's going to be nice to go back to some of the previous areas with these new abilities. Surprise attack. I was not... It was not nearly as effective as I was hoping it would be. That's more like it. Oh, poor Umbreon. If we get the first attack, this will be a good move. It doesn't look like a good move, but... Ow. Later, Grappler. There's a... Wow, there's a lot more... There's a lot more to the world now that we can climb. Another one of these guys spawned so quickly. Ouch. I don't think I've defeated one of these yet, so... Yeah, 1 of 1. Ava, Max, Maven. Don't think I've seen that name. Among the fallen satchels yet. They really did a good job at making it just effortless to switch to the Pokemon with the abilities. Good job. Okay, so there's a satchel like immediately in front of us. Let's go get it. Golduck we need to defeat with grass types, I believe. Okay, satchel should be right around here. They can be really hard to spot, though. I'm chuckling to myself at how excited I get about that guy's hat pom-pom every time. It'll never fail to make me smile. That's probably it down there. Okay. What is the surest way to make Agent Frownie smile? Invert face cam. Speaking of which, I've been upside down for almost twice as long as I'm supposed to be. No wonder someone came here and lost a satchel. There's a iron. You want to see the keychains again now that I'm right side up? Sure. So we've got Meowth. And an Abra. And a Squirtle. Thank you, no problem. No problem. I imagine I'll probably want to hang a shadow box somewhere in the room down here, and those would be nice things to sort of tuck into it. I need to find a rather large shadow box with like very diverse like sizes to the cubbies though, because I got a lot of different little knickknacks like that of all kinds of different sizes. Ooh, hang on. Oh, space-time is growing unstable here. Oh, hang on. That's actually on the way to where we need to go. Cool. If we go real fast, maybe we can get this satchel, hit this space-time distortion, and then get this satchel, and then make it to the next thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it that fast, but I'll try. Do a little bit of crafting here. The camera turned and suddenly I reversed directions without changing anything about the way I was moving. Oh, this is going to lead to a battle. Oh, hang on. No, I didn't want to fight. I wanted to capture you because you looked new. Uh-oh. Shadow box sounds cool. Yeah, I think it'll be nice to have one put up on the wall. It's difficult because the walls in this room are so nice that I don't like to cover them and obscure them, but I've got to have places to store things. Okay, I think I actually saw the satchel out of the corner of my eye over here. I believe this is it. Victory. Oh, cool. Another wisp. Maybe after we finish the story section in this area, we'll go back to some previous areas and do some wisp hunting. Okay, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. We're on a mission here. These guys are new. We can come back for them, though. Oh, there it is. It's right over there. Pseudo-Wudo. We haven't interacted with him very much. Do you not see that berry? I don't know what this guy is. Nose Pass. Nose Pass. What a weird name. Treasure chest. Oh, I ran right into this guy. Alright, one captured, one defeated. See a bunch of gravelers over there. I kind of don't want to go near them. There's another one of these, Nose Pass. Uh-oh. Alright. Fill our pockets with goodies. Umbreon, I'm putting you in the lead. Protector. Mile Hyrule, welcome in. Am I gonna be the very best? I've been asked that a few times. I'm going to be good enough. That's what we're striving for. Good enough. Ooh, there's some new creatures right there. Don't go away. This guy's not new. Oh yeah, he is. Dusk Noir. Shockingly, a guy with dusk in his name is weak to dark type moves. Ambipom. I like him. We're gonna capture him. I want to be good enough. Catch some Pokemon, forget about it. Victory. Oh, Flareon, no. I didn't think that was gonna work, but I thought it was worth a try. I'm getting crushed over here. This will do it, though. Good work, Sylveon. Alright, I don't have a whole lot of healing items left, unfortunately. Got a few, but only a few. Okay, still got Umbreon in command. Give me all the collectibles. Can't pick that one up. Gotta toss something. Let's see. We'll toss this Bugwort. It's pretty easy to come across. Thunderstone. I don't have space for Peppa plants. That's unfortunate. I need those, so we're gonna have to... We're at the battle. Alright. Roast him. Leafeon's not gonna make it. Oh, I'm fighting 2 Pokemon. When they're not standing next to each other. I never look up there in the corner where it shows you. Dusclops. I don't think we've caught... Oh yeah, we've caught one of these. We had to for the story to progress. I remember him doing that 1,000 times too. Ow. Alright, this is over now. Link cord. I found a USB cable. A protective item of some sort. It is extremely stiff and heavy. It's loved by a certain Pokemon. Okay. I'm going to discard the honey too because it's very easy to come across. Do some healing before we battle. Now you see, when I've got 3 Pokemon that I'm battling simultaneously, it'd be really nice if I could put 3 Pokemon out on the field. Alright, we got rid of one of them. Okay, put Leafeon out. Gonna go ahead and do our reviving now. Hang in there, Leafeon. Hang in there. Alright. Everyone got a lot of experience. I don't know what that guy is. Shield on. Oh, up so long. Oh, there's an Eevee too. Alright, capture time. Somehow I picked up another one of those. I mean, I'm sure I got it from a battle, but... yeah, we can handle this guy. There's a wisp over there. I need to try and remember that. Okay, we're gonna drop these. So I got room for the pep-up plant. Nice avoidance, Umbreon. Oh my. That looked brutal. Okay, capture? Maybe? Nice. I think this distortion is going to fade pretty soon. Octillery is a menace. Capture Eevee. Victory. Not enough room for the bananas, that's okay. Oh, finally, some more goodies unique to this area. What is... Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say, what is this creature, but... It disappeared. Now, I'd seen a wisp before. I guess we should fight a nose pass. We haven't defeated one yet. Roast him. Ouch. Iron, nice. Alright, well, so here's the thing. My pockets are now so full. What I want to do is get this satchel and then head back to the base camp for a moment. Hey, we haven't seen those guys before. There it is. We're going to be coming back for you. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh. It's very easy to get myself into trouble in this game. I want to descend. I hope the next Pokemon that I get for traversal is a paraglider equivalent. There's something new. Oh, I failed. Another space-time rift is forming. And this one's very close. Oh my goodness. Such vertical climb. It's nice. It's like the game is spawning these space-time distortions in order to impede my progress. It knows I can't resist. Master Tuesday, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for the redemptions. We're going to be upside down again. But at least I get to have some pistachios. How it goes? Pretty good. Pretty good. We're focusing really heavily on this game this week. I really want to try and finish it up. I think we're about, I would estimate that we are at least 60% of the way through. That's largely a guess, but I think it's a decent one. Let's go ahead and turn in some progress. $8,000. That's a decent chunk of research points. Not great, but acceptable. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of shopping here, too. I'm going to buy some revives and some potions. Buy 10k worth of revives. And 5k worth of potions, just in case. And let's head over to this distortion. Alright, let's fill our pockets with goodies and then we'll do some fighting. Oh. The pickup button is not always as reliable as you would hope when you're running past the items that you're trying to grab, and you try to do it without stopping. I guess it's fair enough. It's my fault for not wanting to stop, but... Alright. That's a lot of the things. What are we doing? Come on, let's battle. Oh, I see. So long, bot. Thank you, Black Fox and Tuesday, for the alert. We got it. Is there a bot detector in my kettle? No worries. No harm was done. I don't know that this is going to be very effective, but... Oh, that was great. Good job, Oshawott. Oh, we need to defeat them with water-type moves, even. Okay, cool. I'm very near to passing out. This is not good. Okay, Magmar first. It is more than a little annoying when I get a message that a move isn't very effective, but yet it takes out a third of my Pokemon's health. Despite my tremendous level advantage. That's why I bought all those revives. It's not very effective against your Pokemon, but it's super effective against your morale. No, the problem is it's effective against my Pokemon. The not very effective message is a lie. I don't know what makes the game think that it can just lie to me like that. I'm gonna just sit here and hope no one sees me for a while. Okay. Looking good again. Granados. Crunch. Oh no, not rocks. Don't get hurt by the burn too much. He got hurt by the burn too much. No. I'm glad it stopped me from using that. So long, Dusclops. I would see when attacking, it's not very effective. Critical hit. I'm like, well, which is it? Yeah, that's a good question, huh? Ooh. I don't know what this guy with the flames on his shoulders is. But Mag Mortar. Oh, well, I took him down. Dust flops. That didn't work like I was hoping. Alright, well, next. Alright, rough battle. That was a rough one. More goodies. Excuse me. I couldn't get it. Nice. I don't know how fire is against this guy. Ooh, pretty good. Maybe not as good as I would have wanted it to be, but pretty good. He didn't get a whole lot of life. I think I'll capture him. Ooh. This is a good battle for Umbreon. Well done. Actually, I had a battle where no one fainted. It's been a while for that. Alright, and there it goes. Alright, heading back to camp. Gonna empty our pockets, get healed up, and then we're gonna make our way to the waypoint. Ooh, we're gonna do a little battling along the way, though. Oh no, is that a... Steelix? Level 60? See, this was this Onyx that I wanted to fight. Big buddy. Boat ladder, welcome in. We're doing another supersized Pokemon stream tonight. Right on, Cow says, love those funky rock lads. All right. Sparrow, welcome in. Great to see you, my friend. That's the first Bronzor that I've caught without being spotted. That seems unlikely to me. Um, I'm so annoyed the last 2 days I've been feeling sick. They're 10 days before I go overseas. I hope you, I hope you get to feeling better, Sparrow. It's not because of that night that you had to work all those weird hours, is it? Alright, let's take a moment, and we're going to switch out some of our Pokemon briefly. I want to keep all these together because I want to switch them, because I'm going to switch them back in. Alright, because I'm curious about some of the stuff here. Alright, stones. We want a water stone. One will do. Dawn stone. Dusk stone I don't think I need. Shiny stone. Not really sure what that does. Sunstone. Okay. It's all the stones. And then there are these. Things here, which I think, my guess is that these things will relate to Porygon in some way. I don't know. We're just going to take a look. So we're going to evolve some of these Eevees into some of the other Eevee types. They're not strong enough for me to carry around with me at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and produce them. The Water Stone we're going to give to the weakest Eevee because I don't think we're actually going to use Vaporeon. Maybe ever. Since we have Oshawott as our starter. But we do want to create one. Yeah. Wonderful. I really question if it was from that night. It was incredibly stressful in the lead up and during. Yeah, I would think that would do it. Oh, Eevee's incompatible with all of these stones. I didn't know that. Huh. Well, never mind. Alright, is Porygon compatible with any of this data stuff? He's compatible with some of it. He's compatible with one of it. Interesting. I thought he'd be compatible with all the tech stuff. Shows how much I know. Not very much. All right, well let's use the upgrade for Porygon and see what he evolves into. Porygon 2, okay. Now, is Porygon 2 compatible with any of this stuff? He is. Porygon 2 is compatible with dubious data. I wonder if dubious data will de-evolve Porygon. Porygon 2 evolved back into Porygon. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, no. Porygon 3. Porygon Z. Huh. Alright. Are you compatible with any of this stuff? No. Well, that was very, unexpected. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to put all this stuff away now. I'll figure out what it does sometime later. We're going to switch our team back. I didn't do a very good job of keeping my EVs together like I had said I was going to. Alright. The gang's all here. Didn't do a whole lot, but we did get a little bit of research, so we'll go ahead and turn it in. Okay. Alright, 700 meters to our next piece of progress. Did we find the satchels on the way? We did. Alright. Alright, we're gonna rush to this because we can do the exploring and grinding after. I want to go ahead and get some of the talky stuff out of the way. So I'm going to try very hard to struggle against the urge to capture and battle everything we come across. Don't climb the tree. Now look at this tree. It's all withered. There was a lot more than one berry on that tree. I don't know how I harvested that tree and got only one berry. There was a wisp somewhere around here. Let me see if I can spot it again. Might be that it only appears at night. I haven't learned that yet, whether or not wisps only appear at certain times of day. But that seems like a strong possibility. I don't know. I'm not seeing the wisp currently. Are you in the backpack? Indeed we are. You can see our eyes. It's wonderful. Oh, I wonder, I really question if it was from that night. It was incredibly stressful in the lead up to Endure. Oh yeah, I read that, yeah. That's very interesting. Like I said, this game seems to get really cool once you unlock all the ways you can traverse, yeah. And I was just saying earlier, I really hope that now that we've got the climbing from Breath of the Wild unlocked, I really hope that our next Pokemon traversal method that we unlock is a paraglider equivalent. And then we'll just be able to get everywhere. Ooh. I gotta go see what's up here in the snow. I believe that's Electabuzz. I bet Electabuzz likes the Energizer. This Electabuzz is quite high-leveled. Perfect. Oh, I'm looking forward to going up there and exploring all that snow. Not looking forward to fighting this Skuntank again. Welcome to Moonview Arena, the seat of Lord Electrode. I know I've not exactly been supportive of you reaching this place, but a part of me did hope you'd make it. Call me contradictory all you like, Galaxy Grunt, but such is life, embracing the complexity of both ourselves and the world can only help us grow. Oh, I'm sure I'm not supposed to be upside down anymore. Yeah. Every time I turn upside down, I stay upside down longer and longer. As a member of the Diamond Clan, my highest calling is to please Almighty Sinnoh, and right now that means I must protect my lord by stopping you where you stand. If you still wish to defeat me and gain entry to Electrode's seat, you and your little Pokémon are welcome to give it your best shot. Let's go, Skuntank. Give him another whiff of your silent deadliness. This is going to be a rough battle. So long, Flareon. Victory! Let's make one thing clear. I didn't lose. You may have won, but there's a difference. I just lacked, time. Yes, I'm afraid there simply wasn't enough time for me to raise my Pokemon nice and strong. Ah, could this be why Adamant is always going on and on about time being a precious thing? My word, the Diamond Clan and Almighty Sinnoh truly are never-ending fonts of wisdom. Yes, yes, I know what comes next. You want to know what pleases Lord Electrode so you can make some balms for it. Well, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you, because I have completely forgotten what Electrode likes. What's the matter? Upset? Too bad anger doesn't make balms. Well, he's really giving you the runaround, isn't he, Frown? I guess it's my fault for not telling you in advance what Electrode likes, so here's the Adamant. What now? I could hear you just now, you know. Are you really going to tell this little noodle what she needs to find just like that? Lest we all forget, you're the leader of the Diamond Clan. Why do you bother with these galaxy louts? Use your eyes, Melly. Haven't you even looked at your frenzied lord? Don't you feel even a twinge of how at at how it suffers, fighting to control the energy that's bursting out of it. I see nothing but a Pokemon overcome with joy at being Almighty Sinnoh's chosen ones. I must have read that wrong because being among. There we go. I missed a word. Anyway, it's not like trials and suffering are always cause for doom and gloom. These things exist to help us grow. I'm sorry, Melly, I can't write off these frenzies as some trial from Almighty Sinnoh. That's why I'm doing the best I can to help out Frown here. This is bigger than what team or clan we belong to. Oh, and by the way, I wasn't just going to tell her that she needs crunchy salt. I was going to go right ahead and give it to her. Now it's time to make some bombs, so lend a hand, both of you. Fine, at the end of the day, let none say that the great Melly shirked his duties as warden. I'll help make your precious bombs. There, I made you a practically infinite supply of bombs, so chuck all you like at Electrode. But don't underestimate my lord's strength. I very much doubt the likes of you can quell it. Alright, well, let's heal up. And then it looks like it's going to be boss time again. That's, pretty much what I was expecting. And we'll put Leafeon in the lead. So even knowing you're doomed to fail, you still wish to pitch yourself against Electrode. Time to bomb that bombin' ball. Nice. Welcome to the stream, Itty. The last one of these battles was really ugly. You've got a great deal more pluck than you have sense, I'll give you that. A word of advice, don't stop moving while you're battling Electrode or you'll be dead in no time. There we go. I don't know how to get away from these electricity balls that are following me around. Oh no! Oh, big oh no. Battle time. Oh, come on. Don't be unable to move, please. No. No! We could have done it if that hadn't happened. I'm trying again. Life is bad. Life is super bad. I can't get away. Ugh. I, oh, I hate this being unable to move stuff so much. Victory. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you for the trophies, cows. Zap plate. Stone tablet imbued with the essence of electricity. When used on a certain Pokemon, it allows that Pokemon to gain the power of the electric type. Oh, for shame, what utter calamity. I agreed to make those accursed bombs, yes, but now that Almighty Sinnoh's precious blessing has vanished forever, it's just so unbearably sad. Is that how you see it? Electrode looks relieved to me. Glad its suffering ended, probably. Oh, come on, Adam, and seriously? That's just your wishful thinking, nothing more. All your preaching doesn't ruffle me one bit, but if Almighty Sinnoh grows angry with me because of this, I don't know what I'll do. I arrive right on schedule. Thank you, Pookie, for the celebratory emotes. Now, what did you bother coming back for? Only to say that I recalled some things after Frown did me the honor of traveling with me. Things to do with a world where I believe I lived before my memories were lost. Most people there caught Pokemon, lived with them, formed supportive partnerships with them. And then there were the Pokemon trainers. The ones we called Pokemon trainers were truly devoted to their craft. They always looked toward the next challenge and had Pokemon battles every chance they got, all to help themselves and their Pokemon grow. Through battle, trainers forged bonds of understanding with their Pokemon and with their opponents and their Pokemon too. With everything, I suppose. If Pokemon and people work together, we can forge new paths forward. We'll be lost to history if we go on believing only Pokemon can be strong, or if we go on fearing them instead of understanding them. Interesting. Was your world like Ingo described too, Frown? It sure was. You can see from this angle that the glasses, the goggles we're wearing, don't really line up with our character's eyes very well. I'd never have thought such a world could exist. Oh, once again, the brilliant Warden Melly has realized something rather clever. It's not just my Pokemon that need to be strong, it's me as well. The greater my valor and might, the more my Pokemon can reach their potential. I wonder if Almighty Sinnoh will be pleased once I've achieved exactly that. Hey Adam, and share with me again the wisdom of Almighty Sinnoh passed down among our clan. Alright, open your ears, shut that big mouth, and listen well, my friend. Give not into sorrow, give not into anger, offer only friendship to those around you. Give not into sorrow, give not into anger, bring not Almighty Sinnoh to sorrow, for that is when time's flow will cease. And there you have it. Bravo, excellent. Please all of you do your best and run toward the destination, an even higher state. Of course, your higher state is clear, Frown. It surely lies with the next lord. Now, this time I really will make the complete return trip to Jubilife Village. Perhaps with someone like Frown to show that Pokemon need not be feared, the people of Hisui will find new tracks forward. Now, begging your pardon, I owe Commander Commando my report. Until next time, Frown. Oh, hey, it's this guy. I don't know who this guy is. Can we find a way to honor our past while also forging a better future? Maybe that's what Almighty Sinnoh really wants from us. After all, it rules over all time, and it created everything there is. Be ready to shield your eyes, Galaxy Grunt. I'm going to polish up both myself and Electrode until our strength and brilliance are blinding. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any items to harvest out of here. I do kind of wonder if I can climb the wall here, though. Nope. Oh no. Ow. Alright, heading back to the village. We've completed another story segment. So this is why I said I think we were 60% of the way through, is because I noticed for the first time, let me go ahead and hit save. On our ID card here, those 4 stamps, there were 3 stamps the last time I looked at this, but now we have an electrode stamp. There's only 1 spot left, so I guess we're 80% of the way through the game now. You know, so far as the main story is concerned. And there might be some other side things worth doing, but you know, I'm not concerned with doing absolutely everything in the game. I do want to go up here and explore this snowy area, though. I'm going to be unable to move. Yeah. Snowy areas are the place for me. The Pokemon up here are quite strong. They're very high leveled. Really like to fight this regular Electabuzz without alerting the big one. Hey, I think we did it. Double Thunderbolts. Oh, really? A tiny, tiny sliver of health left. There's a person up here. This is the stone portal. I've been told not to let anyone pass. Just in one of those rapid antigen tests. Negative results. That's a relief at least. I'll say. They're weak to psychic type moves. I don't have any psychic moves on my team, though. Probably should have tried to catch him rather than immediately battle. Let's see how this works. Not very well. Let's see how this works. Perhaps a little better. Raising your stats isn't going to do you any good from inside of my Pokeball. Look how quickly the moon is moving. Have we been over to the Sacred Plaza? Manu Alejo, welcome to the stream, Manu. Good to see you again. You've got an Eevee family. Yeah, I've got a lot of Eevees. It's I've got Oshawott, and then I've got an all Eevee team aside from Oshawott. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a big fan of the Eevees. Geodude. Alright, sorry, Pseudo Wudo. I know my Oshawott can evolve. I don't want to evolve him. I like him the way he is. Oh, Maya, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Very happy to have you on board with us. That's the first Pseudo Wudo that we've even defeated. I believe I captured one earlier, though. So that's not our first interaction. Really? I'm having such a hard time getting comfortable. Okay. Sacred Plaza. That's where I was heading. Oh, here we go. I was looking all around for this wisp earlier. I knew I saw one. Okay, I think we can climb here. That wasn't really a great place to climb up. Okay, still going the right way. Go over to that berry. Don't worry about me. Uh-oh. Alright, and we do battle. Victory. This guy got evil red eyes? No. Then perhaps our capture attempt will be successful. No, don't come this way. Go the other way. There's a berry behind you. Nice. Crunchy salt. This is the Sacred Plaza? We've been over here. Just further illustration that I have no idea what I'm doing at any time. Are these tombstones? I think these are tombstones. I've got a barbacoa beef burrito. I'm so jealous. Oh, I love barbacoa. I haven't had any since I left Houston. My capture failed. Excuse me. Speaking of capture failing, I have no idea why Jelly's Little Mermaid footage came out so weird. It's no settings were changed. And everything that we filmed before and after was normal, but for whatever reason that game came out looking very messed up. I watched that earlier. It was good to have some genuine belly laughs. I will let her know you said that. I'm pretty sure that she's not lurking any longer. Very chuckle-worthy. I enjoy them quite a bit. They make me laugh. What's that say? Stone Tooth Rose? Oh, that's behind me. Oh, okay. I see. Things in this, I don't have a very, like, firm grasp on where I am on the map at different times. Let's fight a couple of these gravelers. We'll draw them both into battle here. What? So many funny parts, and I like the CGA color palette. We're way up high. the, the one that got me good was when she realized she should do a different voice for the fish. I think that's the first time she's added effects to her voice like that. I don't think she's done that. I don't think she did that in another one. She's always like, I don't know, she's always learning new tricks of the software. That's the second of, so far, fortunately, only 2 pieces of footage that have come out unused, that have come out damaged. The Little Mermaid footage came out weird, but salvageable. We also recorded footage of her playing Adventure Island, but unfortunately that had no audio, and that's not something we can fix. I mean, not that we fixed the Little Mermaid footage, but it was still, you know, somewhat usable. But footage with no audio is a much bigger problem. Impressed with all the animations too. I mean, she doesn't draw the animations, they're plugins. There may come a point where she draws her own animations. Because she is a rather talented artist. Please don't hurt me. Strong Pokemon that I cannot battle. Yes, the old school darkness background. Yeah, yeah. That footage might have been that footage might have been recorded a long time ago. Surprise, Haunter. I have come to battle you. Let's battle this ghastly too. Sometimes I miss the void. It was nice to see an old friend. Felt like my mind completely turned off for a moment there. Oh, speaking of friends, do you see what I see over there, cows? There's a friend out there in the water. All right. 2 of them. We can make a team of all Gyarados. Oh, there's more over here. Battle time. Controversial but entertaining if you have a full team of them. Full team of Gyarados, yeah. There's lots of Magikarp over here, cows. I should do a playthrough of a Pokemon game with just my starter and Magikarp and Gyaradoses. Okay, let's see if we can catch one more. It's convenient how the berry doesn't actually flow in the water. Nice. Which direction am I supposed to be going? Alright, I'm going the right way. Caught around 3,800 Magikarp in Pokemon Go. I've never played Pokemon Go. A lot of my coworkers were obsessed with it when I worked in the library, but I didn't catch the bug. It helped that I didn't have a phone powerful enough of playing the game. Buddha Fingers, welcome in. Whoops, I didn't mean that. I don't even know. All I see is dots. I assume that you pasted a link, but they don't work. But no worries. Sneasel. I'm running real low on Pokeballs, so I'm not going to catch duplicates. Oh, wait. I can probably craft more Pokeballs. And maybe we can just ignore that sentence. Oh, yeah. Wow. I was training for a 5K run and playing Pokemon Go Riverside for a few months. When I caught them, was basically all that would spawn. And Cow says my dream. I saw this plant and thought it was a Pokemon. Ooh, a space-time dimension field is forming. Distortion, that's the word. Distortion is forming. Oh, I think Rhydon just... Oh, never mind. I was thinking maybe he did himself in with that move. Close. I think this is an angry one. Don't mind me, just passing through. guess we do need to battle. I mentioned earlier that I was building that Dream 486 emulated PC. I've gone a bit crazy and virtualized the whole thing. That way I can share the entire virtual machine with everything configured and ready to go. Let's say it has no effect. I missed it. I missed it in the capture, too. I understand, I believe, the concept of virtual machines on computers, but I have basically zero experience with them. I really am terrible at archiving things. I don't know if you mean that in a technical sense or in a general sense. I'm gonna pass on that distortion. It's in the wrong direction from where we should be heading. Technically, photos, documents, music stuff, more nuanced things like ROMs and vintage software. I would say I'm pretty good at archiving things, both physical and digital, in the sense of preserving everything or hanging on to or hoarding it. But in the sense of organizing it so that it's so that things are findable, not at all. I'm worse than terrible. It's nice to have it all ready to use immediately, particularly when noodling with retro stuff. Don't you think that's a hindrance in, Don't you think that's a hindrance in a lot of ways too, though, Sparrow? I feel like... I don't know, I feel like part of the problem... If you have a whole bunch of, like with retro stuff. If you have a... Like, say, you know, you've got an emulator with every Super Nintendo game. Like, the trouble with that, I think, is that, one, deciding what to play is a nightmare. And then, if you do try out something, and you don't immediately like it, the temptation to move on to something different is really strong. I don't know, I feel like I have those problems. I feel like that's one of the really good things about streaming is, like, if I'm playing games on stream, like, even if I'm not crazy about it, like, because I'm streaming, I feel obligated to continue it. So it makes me persevere on things that I would be strongly tempted to give up on. I am less paralyzed by choice. I have a ton of games and I have a very select few I play fairly regularly, but everything else I play very sporadically with very little rhyme or reason in most games. I do not get very far in as a result, and I finish very few. Pookie says. Black Fox says, because you're not limited to carts on hand, but have the whole of the system library on hand in one cart, you hop games fast. I feel like that would happen to me. Or it could. What I'm trying to say in the nicest possible way is I'm a tad more decisive than your good self. Fair enough. I'll acknowledge that I tend to be indecisive. Decisive isn't really fair. I think you know what I mean, though. I'm supposed to say. Gal says I'm supposed to say, I don't know if you are more decisive than me. I can't decide. I need some time to think about it. All right. Black Fox, thank you for the pistachios and the stretch break. We'll do that. We got $12,000. That's a nice chunk of change. How much experience did we get, though? Come on, lots and lots. Ooh, that is lots and lots. That's real nice. Oh, you quelled Lord Electrode. Splendid job, as always, my girl. Let's be off to the village then. Time to report to Commander Commando. Yes, our wallet is overflowing. All right. Oh. Woo. If games paid out real-world money into your account when completed, more people would finish games. Wouldn't that be nice? New styles. Pretty cool. I'm not going to check them out yet, though. We're supposed to bring, Pokémon. I haven't found it yet, though. And let's see what this person wants. Hey, what's that Pokemon up there? What's its name? What's it do? It's a Magikarp. Magikarp. Why is it called Magikarp? Is it a cool Pokemon? Is it strong? Can it fly? It's pretty cool. It's cool. Why is it cool? Which part is cool? Tell me, tell me. Tell me more, please, please. You're going to go learn about Magikarp, right? Can you tell me when you're all done with its page in your Pokédex? I want the statue from my yard. Hear me out for a second. I think I like the idea of a snapshot of my old PC hardware as though I still have it. It's very much a nostalgic thing, like an old friend perhaps. I get that. I do recall after having my Olivetti 286 computer for a few years and then having to sell it, taking this one last look at it before I had to let it go to make room for my 486. To say there was no emotional attachment to this device I spent every spare moment I had would be a lie. Clearly, I understand being attached to your hardware, Sparrow. I've never gotten rid of a piece of hardware. Well, maybe that's not right. I've never gotten rid of a piece of physical software. So Warden Melly believes that the frenzies of these Pokemon are some sort of trial set by Almighty Sinnoh. We cannot know if that is the case or not, but it does beg the question, why ever would this Almighty Sinnoh drive the nobles to frenzy? Is it angered by something, or does it seek to drive a wedge between people and Pokemon? Well, far be it from us humans to fathom the thoughts of Pokemon. And what is that space-time rift anyway? What caused it to open? But you must be tired. Go on then to the Wallflower, get some rest while you can. I've instructed Benny to prepare you his finest potato mochi. Agent Frownie, you have never willingly been parted from a piece of your owned hardware. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't really consider having been burglarized and having gotten rid of things to be the same thing, though. Dinner's on Kamado tonight. Eat your fill. I think the problem with PCs of that era in particular is they were valuable enough to sell and too heavy and clunky to keep without good reason. Yeah. Had I been more into PCs also, I probably would have done a lot of the same sort of swapping and upgrading. What an enticing aroma. My appetite just went through the roof. This is generous for the boss. Well, I've heard talk that our progress surveying Pokemon has made gathering ingredients a less onerous, or at least less dangerous, task. But can we talk about how you've gone from being some nobody from nowhere to basically the hero of Hisui? Indeed, taking on such perilous duties has earned you a great deal of trust, Frown. It's like I always say, behavior is a mirror that reflects one's true nature. You let your actions do the speaking for you, Frown, and the message is clear as day. It doesn't matter one whit where you came from. You're part of the Survey Corps and Jubilife Village now. I wish I still had my family's purple iMac, Cow says. I'm not particularly great with electronics, but boy, oh boy, if I still had it, I'd gut it and put modern parts in it for the aesthetic. Isn't it nice getting up early? Is it? It's not as if getting up early changes what you can do with the day. Yes, it does. It opens up possibilities, such as responding to Commander Commando's invitation today in a timely manner. Well, I got that same invitation, and I had to wake up even earlier than you to run all the way here for it. Come on, no need to grouse over so much over a nice little early wake-up. Are you coming too? I'm sure we can all guess what the commander wants with us. The older Macs really had something special about them. For all the good and bad, they still had this very compelling thing that demands attention. Yes, do come. Galaxy Hall is quite close anyway. I don't know if I've ever used a Mac for any reason. I was trying to think if I've ever encountered one. Like, personally. I don't think I have. You've now quelled the frenzy of 4 nobles. On to the next one. When word of these frenzies arrived from all over Hisui, I feared what would become of us, but here we are, already preparing to quell the final noble. Yeah, who would have dreamed some stranger who tumbled out of the sky would be our salvation? Life never does stop surprising you. The only lord left to be quelled is Avalug, which lives in the Alabaster Icelands. Oh, I love the sound of that. He is also the largest of the nobles, according to what Irida told me. Your mission is to quell Avalug, the final lord, and perhaps in doing so we may trigger some change in the space-time rift as well. Avalug may be the Pearl Clan's noble, but my clan and the Galaxy team will have to step up to resolve this too, for the sake of a brighter future. And let us all meet in the cold reaches of the Alabaster Icelands. Until then. Oh, they saved the best for last. The slumbering Lord of the Tundra. This Pokemon stole my nickname. No matter how many of these frenzied Pokemon you may quell, the fact remains that you are a stranger to our world. No small number of people still regard you with suspicion and distrust. The most you can hope for is to gain the trust of as many as possible, and to do that, you must prove yourself through your actions. Yeah. Abra, teleport this Wurmple outside at once. Ahem. So, you're to survey the Alabaster Icelands next. This is the most treacherous climb you'll face in all Hisui. It would not be an exaggeration to say that you might be the only one among the Survey Corps I can task with surveying the Alabaster Icelands. You know your orders, see your mission through. You don't have to ask me twice. Seems like just the place I want to be. Alright. That was a lot of money to spend on satchel space. Alright, let's look at the new styles. See what they might be. No new hats. Electrode. I think that's new. Sneasler. Ooh, I like the purple. Maybe we'll go with that. Snow jacket. Just gonna have a whole purple thing about us. Wonderful. That'll do. Someone over here with a side quest. Hey, I hear you're quite the Pokemon expert. I was wondering, do you know anything about a Pokemon that has 2 tail fins? I saw one swimming along the other day, fluttering its 2 tail fins behind it. It looked so lovely, I was captivated right away. I really want to see that Pokemon again, but this time I'd like to get a good look at it up close. So if you catch a Pokemon with 2 tail fins, please come show it to me. Double the tails, double the fun. I don't know what Pokemon that might be. Does Quillfish have 2 tails? Nope. Oh well. So we're to make for the Alabaster Icelands. That's right. Don't I look dressed for the snow? I see. Of course, I'm all too aware of the injuries done to some of our own good people because of the frenzies of the other nobles. There seemed little choice but to intervene. But this Avalug out in the Alabaster Icelands hasn't harmed a soul, as I hear it. Does it really behoove us to go out of our way to subdue him? If Avalug's as huge and strong as they say, there's a good chance he could start an avalanche. Avalanches don't require any Pokemon's help. They occur perfectly well on their own, you know. I confess I still have my doubts whether we should even be getting involved in this case. No damage has been done so far, but if we send Frown out there, we'll be putting her in danger of real harm. People say the frenzies make the nobles suffer, right? So wouldn't it be a kindness for us to quell the Lord? There's simply so much we don't yet understand when it comes to the noble Pokemon. We don't know whether their frenzies truly are causing them to suffer, nor do we know why they enter these states in the first place, or if this is all connected somehow to the space-time rift. What is it, I wonder, that the commander hopes will come about from our quelling the nobles, or indeed from surveying any of the Pokemon of this land? What is it he hopes to achieve? Protecting everyone? Indeed, the better we understand our Pokemon neighbors, the safer we'll all feel and be. But if the real goal of this mission is to quell a noble for quelling's sake rather than for the sake of scientific study, then, Professor... nothing to bother yourselves about. Doubtless I'm just being a silly sausage. You've got a mission to carry out, haven't you, Frown? Then we will support you in it. How about I offer my support by giving you another shot at honing your battle skills? I'm gonna win. Farting Retro Toilet, welcome to the stream. Good afternoon. Yeah, but I'm still glad I get to battle you. I owe you a lot, you know. If you hadn't tumbled down to us, I might never have learned to battle alongside Pikachu. Alright. He's got 3 Pokemon now. So long, Mr. Mime. I'm currently making sure that my dog doesn't eat my popcorn since she's with me in my gaming. Since I got the popcorn bag in one hand while I'm using the other one to type. I know the struggle. Gaming room. My furry friends have quite the obsession with human food. We don't feed them any. We're very strict. We don't feed our pets any people food, but that doesn't stop them from trying to get it. The way you battle makes fighting alongside Pokemon look like the most natural thing. Clearly, Frownie does not own a dog. Even when we had a dog, we never let him have people food. Good luck on your mission in the Icelands. This sounds like it'll be a perilous one, dealing with a huge Pokemon like Avalugg. As for me, I'll set off for the Alabaster Islands forthwith. See you there, my girl. I get guilted into giving my dog people food. It's too hard to say no. A snowfields camp. I'm firmly a no people food for my pups person. No matter how powerful the puppy dog eye is, Cal says. I don't really suppose there's harm in it. I just didn't want to encourage. I never wanted to encourage the sort of begging for people food. My word, it's rather chilly here, isn't it? Glad to see you made it safe and sound in any case. Very few venture to these Alabaster Islands apart from Tao Hua leading the odd supply corps excursion to gather materials. But the Survey Corps, of course, must go anywhere that Pokemon are found. From what I gather, Ice Peak Arena, where you'll find Avalugg, is rather far off, I'm afraid. Doubtless this mission to tackle Avalugg will be another dangerous one. Learn all that you can from Irida and Adaman to try to keep yourself safe. Frown, brisk out here, isn't it? How aren't you freezing? Freezing? I'm practically sweating. If you think this is bad, just wait. This is nothing compared to where we're headed. You know, I'm beginning to think the problem between us isn't a Diamond Clan thing or a Pearl Clan thing. It's just a you and me thing. We'll never see eye to eye on anything, will we? I don't see how we could, as long as you and your clan cling to your vision of an almighty Sinnoh that reigns over time. Forgive my bluntness, but if such a being even does exist, it's certainly not almighty Sinnoh. Yes, yes, believe what you want. Just tell us where we have to go. We're headed to see my teacher, he's only ever found in one place. Which is? You're talking about that Gayrick fellow, right? Where do we find him? At Avalugg's legacy, obviously. Where else but a great mass of ice could I have meant when I said we'd be headed somewhere even colder? Where else indeed? Ready to go, Frown? Sure, stomp off without me. This is why I can't stand people who only care about whether time is passing them by. See you at Avalugg's legacy, Frown. Take care on your way. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. I'm home. Oh, finally. Glorious snow. She's next to me and she's still looking at the popcorn. I think your popcorn's in trouble. All right, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to explore this wintry wonderland. and we're gonna get to it. But I'm gonna take a very short break, my friends. I'm gonna step away from the computer for a moment. I'm gonna run upstairs and grab a drink, and I will see you again in just a minute. I think, you know what? I think I'll even put up the BRB screen while I'm gone, and we can listen to one of Sparrow's tunes. So hopefully you've been enjoying Pokemon as much as I have, my friends. We're probably about halfway through the stream tonight, and as long as there aren't any crashes or anything, we're going for probably going to go for about double what we've done so far. And hopefully, we'll make it through and finish this chapter of the game here. We might do one more stream of this. The way this is going, I'm kind of thinking we might actually finish the main story of this tonight. And if we do, then if we finish the main story of this tonight, we'll probably take a break from it tomorrow, and then maybe come back to it on Thursday. One last time. And do some of the side stuff maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to take a short break. And yeah, if you want to enjoy more Pokemon with me, just stick around and I'll see you in a few minutes.